Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning and our MPO Policy Committee. As we have always done, we'll have the members introduce themselves. We'll go around the horn, your name and who you're representing. Mayor?
Drewinski, CEO, Metro.
Mike Conley, CTA, representing Dorval Carter Jr.
John Yoning, Cook County, Policy Committee.
Shane Schneider, Lake County, representing Acting Chair Calabresa.
Chris Snyder, DuPage County, here on behalf of Tom Kukoc.
Eric Varela with Union Pacific Railroad.
Rebecca Scheinfeld, Policy Committee representing the City of Chicago.
Diane Williams, South Suburban Cook.
Larson Mayor Schomburg, and representing Northwest Cook County.
Leanne Redden, RTA, getting to wear two hats, representing the MPO Policy Committee on the CMAP board, but on the MPO Policy Committee.
Jeff Shokey, Mayor of Batavia and Chairman of the CMAP Council of Mayors.
Morning, Randy Blankhorn, Secretary, Illinois Department of Transportation.
Jerry Bennett, Mayor, City of Palos Hills, representing Southwest Cook.
Joe Zabo, CMAP staff.
Rita Athas, CMAP Board, representing the City of Chicago. Carolyn Schofield, representing McHenry County on the CMAP Board and CMAP on the MPO.
Andrew Madigan representing the City of Chicago and the CMAP Board.
Mayor John Noak, Romeoville, representing Will County.
Good morning, Mayor Rick Reinbold, Richmond Park, representing South Suburban Cook.
Frank Beal, representing City of Chicago on the CMAP Board.
Matt Brawley, I'm the Mayor of Montgomery, representing Kane and Kendall on the CMAP Board.
Good morning, Kay Beatty, Federal Highway Administration.
Scott Keppel, Kendall County.
Good morning, Mayor Franco Coley Pietro, Mayor of the Village of Bloomingdale, representing DuPage County.
Matt Walsh, representing West Cook County on the CMAP Board.
Chris Lawson, King County Board Chairman.
And Executive Walsh,
Raise your hand.
introduce yourself.
Absolutely.
Sit right next to
As the saying
You're on
goes,
the corner, come on the corner.
as the saying goes, there's always a place at the table. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our annual combined meeting of CMAP and the MPO Policy Committee. But today also represents kind of another historic moment for CMAP. As you know, after this meeting, we will convene at the Millennial Park for the launch of the GoTo 2050 program. It's going to be an exciting one. Remind the members that there will be buses, Joe, taking us from here to Millennial.
And that is strictly for the board and MPO members, not members of the audience, but for board and those sitting at the table, we will provide a shuttle to get you to the event at Millennium Park.
That shuttle bus will be on Franklin Drive. And again, we're going to try to keep this within the hours in order for everybody to get over there. I declare there's a quorum of the agency members, and I also welcome historically again to kind of uniquely again our Secretary of Transportation, Randy Blankenhorn. Randy sat on that side 10 years ago when we launched 2040, so this has got to be very special for you, Randy, not only for your position now, but certainly where the agency has come. We will first have a motion. We will do this, we have to make two motions, one for CMAP and one for the MPO Policy Committee. So first I'll entertain a motion for the CMAP Board to approve our minutes of the September 12th meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
For the CMAP Board members, all in favor signify by a vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, vote of no. The motion carries. Mr. Secretary.
For Jay? Thank you.
Oh, we also have on the phone.
Thank you.
Janelle Ford on the phone.
Janelle Ford on the phone.
Okay,
City of
thank you,
Chicago.
Janelle.
We'll add you to the roll. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would entertain a motion to approve the MPO Policy Committee minutes of June 14th.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of June 14th, 2018. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The first item on our agenda is the Executive Director's Report. Joe?
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The LTA update is in your packets. And so we'll move on to the truly big event of the day. It's really hard to believe that the process that brings us today started more than 3 years ago, where we first sat down and developed a framework and shared vision for what the plan might look like. And from there, we transitioned to a period of extensive outreach, and that has allowed this plan to truly be representative of the broadest cross-section of the region. Above our outreach, we issued more than 24 strategy reports based on the things that we heard. We held the 5 alternative future forums, engaged over 100,000 of our residents in meetings and workshops from every corner of the 7 counties and the city of Chicago. After engaging the public and informed by the research and analysis that we had done, we identified 3 clear principles to serve as kind of the overarching guides for the plan. And those 3 are inclusive growth, resilience, and prioritize investment. And those really have been our North Star as we've drafted the plan. The main priority for us was ensuring that the plan would be applicable to the daily lives of our residents and our citizens. And the website will offer interactive tools that will allow everyone, anyone, to explore the plan's recommendations in a way that is both easy to understand and easy to share. I really want to thank everybody that helped get us here today, and that list is incredibly long, starting with Liz Shue, the plan's author, and not just Liz, but the entire team, the countless hours of drafting, coordinating, and presenting this plan to us and for us, which Liz will do again in about 5-10 minutes. So Liz, a huge thank you to you for the effort that you have led. But above all, the plan truly was a group effort. Everybody on the staff played a part. In one way or another, every member of this staff played a part, whether it was through outreach, whether it was through communications, the research and analysis, administration, and of course the planning department. And the staff has really been steadfast. It's been a labor of love over the last 3 years in bringing this plan to a point to where we're ready to adopt today. And it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened, and we wouldn't have the quality product that we do today if it hadn't been for every single member of the CMAP staff. I'd also like to thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Secretary Blankenhorn, because both of you have just given us the support that we've needed at every turn, and that's been critical to allow staff, to do their work. So a very special thank you to both of you. And to the board members and the MPO committee members. You've been true partners, and you've been the absolute best resources that we've had. As we have bounced off our drafts and, bounced off of our research and analysis, the feedback that you've given us from that practical hands-on application that you live every day has just been incredibly vital in the drafting of the plan. And, for that, I thank you. And so we look forward to continuing that close partnership with all of you. Again, whether you're a service provider, whether you're a local mayor, whether you're part of the transportation framework for the region. The challenges that the region face are real, but there's also no question that when we come together, we can meet those challenges. And that's why CMAP exists. Our On to 2050 plan lays out that shared vision for moving forward. And so I really want to thank everybody for the hard work and support throughout the entire process. And I really look forward to the adoption of what I think is a great plan, and look forward to the festivities of the day starting at 10 o'clock at Millennium Park. And with that, Mr. Chairman, that is my report.
Well, Joe, certainly on behalf of the board, our board, and I'm sure on behalf of the MPO Policy Committee, we want to thank you for your leadership. When you think back in 2005 when we started this organization from nothing, from scratch, to bring together an entire region under one roof for the purpose of planning and also the daily operation of the transportation component of CMAP, it's really, truly been remarkable. And again, as I look out in this room today and see the leadership across the region, and to the staff too, of continuing to work together. This is, it's not an easy task, considering, as the chairman knows, putting this plan together in the first place in the 2040 plan, the work that went into it. But it set, I think, the groundwork for what was done, again, the second time around with Go to 2050. an incredible amount of staff. And I'm sure the comments that will be made later on today will reflect that. But the work that went into this, the outreach that took place, as we did in the first plan, but to do it again the second time even better, and to get a greater feeling and understanding of the region was so important. I think our secretary understands the transition that we needed to take place when Randy left and Joe came in. And Joe, thank you. To jump into a wonky planning agency is not an easy thing. Most of us come from the transportation backgrounds of our regions. But to get into planning is a whole different thing. And as this agency was created in the beginning to do the combination of land planning and transportation, I think that goal has certainly been met with our history over the last 15 plus years. We have been nationally recognized for what this organization has done for our region, and I think will continue to go forward with this new plan. And again, building what I believe is one of the greatest metropolitan areas in the world, a world-class community, that we're doing the right things, that we are reaching out to all the right people, that we're all in this together to make it better for all of us. That's reflected certainly in the dedication of all the leadership that sits in this table, for the staff of our organization, to the mayors, as I said from the beginning, right, Al, that this is a bottom-up organization. It's a bottom-up organization from local governments and counties back to the big house, and then to come back with solving the right problems and instituting the right vision for us to go forward. So, Joe, again, thank you for your leadership. And Mr. Secretary, you have Council of Mayors report?
Mayor Schuelke, would you give us a council mayor's report?
Yes, before I do, I just want to, on behalf of the Council of Mayors, thank everybody at the CMAP staff for the Onto 2050 report. Certainly, there's plenty of input for the mayors to have, and we greatly appreciate the insights and the vision of opportunity that came forth to allow us to have a say in what was being proposed. And I think there's a consensus among us that we're on the right road here. So thanks to everybody involved. The Council of Mayors met on August 21st. The committee received a presentation on the proposed policies for STP active program management and the STP shared fund, and discussed comments and letters received from CMAP partners. The policies were subsequently adopted by the STP Project Selection Committee on September 26th. The CMAP staff also provided an overview of the implementation priorities of the Onto 2050 plan and a summary of public comments. The LTA staff gave a presentation about the Des Plaines comprehensive plan development and key recommendations. And the next meeting of the Council of Mayors is scheduled for November 13th, 2018.
Thank you, Mayor. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Under the committee reports, Rita, you're going to give both reports, I hear.
I am.
Thank you.
Joint meeting.
We had a joint meeting of the Planning and Programming Committee on October 3rd. And at that meeting, we were very pleased to jointly recommend approval of the 2050 Comprehensive Regional Plan to the CMAP Board. The Programming Committee also recommended the 2019-2024 TIP conformity analysis and the 2019-2024 Transportation Improvement Program. We were also very pleased to hear a presentation on one of the LTA projects from the city of Des Plaines, where they put together their comprehensive plan. The committee highlighted the critical role that these projects have played throughout the region in the past. And saying that, the LTA projects, right now the call for projects is going on. Applicants in this round are asked to make sure that your project conforms to the Onto 2050 plan. And also, applications are due by October 26th. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Under item 8, under procurements and contracts, Angela? Good morning.
Seeking today contract approval to enter into an agreement with AECom to provide project management services of the municipal pavement management plans. We only have one procurement today.
There's only one today for our CMAP board members. I'll ask for entertaining a motion to.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any questions? If not, all in favor, signify by a vote of aye. Aye. Opposed, vote no. The motion carries.
At your last meeting of the MPO Policy Committee, I appointed a nominating committee for vice chair, Mayor Shelkey.
Thank you. The nominating committee consisted of myself representing municipal government, Rebecca Scheinfeld representing highway administration, Frank Beal representing regional planning agency, Scott Greider representing county government, and Leanne Redden representing public transportation agencies. And our recommendation is that John Yeoman, superintendent of the Cook County Department of Transportation and Highways, serve as vice chairman of the MPO Policy Committee for the calendar year 2019. John has been superintendent at Cook County since 2012. Prior to his appointment, he was at the City of Chicago's Department of Transportation for 19 years. John's experience as a transportation leader and collaborative partner in this region is an asset to the MPO Policy Committee. The nominating committee believes his experience and ability to advocate for transportation will provide an astute and focused leadership in the role as vice chairman. So I would so make the motion.
With no objections from John, there is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, John. Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Chairman, I wanted to make sure that we added Marty Oberman to the role.
So noted. Down to finally the main reason we're here, and that's for the on to 20 or go to 2050 plan. And Liz, you're here to present an overview. Thank you and welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending today. Thank you for attending today. As Joe noted, I'm here to ask for your approval of 3 items: the On to 2050 plan, the 2019 to 2024 TIP, and the associated air quality conformity analysis for both. I'm going to briefly walk through each. I think many of you are used to me giving pretty extensive presentations to keep us on time today. We're going to march through all of this much more briefly. I do, however, before I dive in, want to echo the thanks from Joe and Mayor Bennett for all of your work and all of your contributions over the last 3 years, as well as kind of emphasize the role that staff played here in getting the plan to where it is. First, for the conformity analysis, I'm asking for approval of the conformity analysis as described in the On to 2050 Air Quality Conformity Analysis Appendix. The analysis found that the air quality impacts of the regionally significant projects contained in On to 2050 and existing not exempt or exempt tested projects included in the federal fiscal year 2014 to 2019 TIP, which will be carried forward into the federal fiscal year 2019 to 2024 TIP, meet all applicable requirements for conformity to the state implementation plan and applicable provisions of the Clean Air Act. The second item we're asking for approval of is the federal fiscal year 2019 to 2024 Transportation Improvement Plan overall. And then finally, we're asking for approval of the On to 2050 plan. At the beginning of this process, the CMAP board asked us to do 2 things. First, to build on Go to 2040, and in doing so, provide more specific and implementable direction for all of you and many of our local communities. And the plan does that in many ways through very direct actions. We were also asked to take on select new areas and to be bold and help move the region forward. And so you see that in our inclusive growth work, in adapting to emerging technology and building local capacity and other issues. With your help, over the last 3 years, we've gone from a broad set of big ideas to all of these very targeted and implementable recommendations. As Joe noted, we're facing some warning signs in the region, but we also have many assets to build on in terms of a diverse economy, a well-trained workforce, strong infrastructure, and a strong quality of life. The plan you're reviewing and discussing today is guided by 3 principles: inclusive growth, resilience, and prioritized investment. The 5 topical chapters describe a comprehensive and interdependent set of recommendations that provide a path forward for our communities and emphasize that we need to plan together for issues such as land use, transportation, the economy, environment, and governance in order to help the region thrive. The last thing I want to emphasize is that approving the On to 2050 plan today is something that we see as just the first step. Our focus moving forward is implementation. Many of you have already heard from CMAP staff as we seek to implement the initial recommendations of the plan, and you will continue to hear from us on many issues in the coming days. We look forward to your participation in and leadership of those efforts. So with that, I ask for your approval of the On to 2050 plan, the On to 2050 federal fiscal year 2019 to 2024 TIP conformity analysis, and the federal fiscal year 2019 to 2024 transportation improvement program.
Thank you, Liz. I would recommend certainly for the first two items that we can do it by voice vote, the On to 2050 plan, and we'll ask for a roll call of the members. So for the conformity analysis, it's number one. I'll entertain a motion that we approve that.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? All those in favor signify by a vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, a vote of no, and the motion carries. Two is the tip.
Correct.
Is there a motion for the tip?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions? If not, all those in favor signify by a vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And finally, on the go to 20, on to 2050. We've been around long enough, but,
That's 5 years.
it goes by quick, but anyway, are there any comments in general before, first I'll go with our board members and then Secretary, you can ask for a roll call of yours. Any comments or questions regarding the, after 2050?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a statement. Mr. Chairman, over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
While I support the On to 2050 plan, I'm concerned with our roads in Lake County. Route 53 was a priority project in the 2040 plan, yet has been completely removed from this plan. Lake County has more than quadrupled since they began talking about this road in one form or another when I was in grade school. The Route 53 project has been discussed for over 50 years now with little action. I've been told we need a consensus before committing to building the road. When I was elected mayor nearly 10 years ago, Lake County voters in a non-binding referendum overwhelmingly supported the Route 53 extension. At this time, there's a study going on by the tollway concerning the Route 53 120 roads. If the results of this study indicate the need and financial viability for Route 53 plan, it's my intention to request this board update the On to 2050 plan to incorporate those road improvements in Lake County. I hope this board, being a transportation-oriented planning board, will agree to update the On to 2050 plan once the tollway study is complete. The cost of the extension is expensive. However, the cost of not building Route 53 in time spent in traffic due to gridlock, loss of business due to lack of adequate roads, and the impact on quality of life due to the inability to reasonably travel throughout Lake County far exceeds the cost of the road. For the sake of my children and my grandchildren who call Lake County home, I urge this planning board to update the On to 2050 plan to include additional roads in Lake County once the tollway study is completed.
Thank you. Any other further comments? Liz?
Thank you. Just to, in light of Mayor Wepler's comments, I just would like to make a general comment that we're always proud of the ongoing efforts to work collaboratively with all CMAP's stakeholders as the toll continues to effectively deliver on our $14 billion Move Illinois Capital Program, which includes both regional roadway and transit improvements. All great achievements begin with a plan. In this 30-year look ahead at the region's transportation needs is a helpful start as the tollway assesses its role in supporting region's transportation future. The tollway is in the middle, as Mayor said, of several studies and is fortunate enough to be in a position to explore new opportunities to support the region's transportation infrastructure. As the region's needs evolve, we stand ready to partner with other agencies to be responsive to those needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Directly, Mayor, to your question, I think it is certainly IDOT's position and the MPO Policy Committee's position. This is the tack we've agreed to take with the tollway to let this study finish. And if in fact that study shows that the need and financial viability is there, it would be our intention to bring it back to both the CMAP board and to the MPO Policy Committee for action at the appropriate time.
Thank you.
And including CMAP, we have did that in the past regarding projects that weren't on the list, but because of financial assistance from the state of Illinois, including basically the Jane Byrne intersection that was added to our plan, the 2040 plan. So that possibility clearly exists.
Thank you.
Rita, go ahead.
I would just like to thank our executive director for all the time, work, and energy he has put into this plan, and the CMAP staff who had to herd all of us, and so we would come to a consensus on this plan. And Also thank everyone at the table. I think this is such a great example of local government working together and getting things done, which is something we don't see all that often anymore. So in addition to Joe and the staff, I think we can all congratulate each other on a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll read the roll call of the CMAP board members. Rita Athos?
Do you need
Yes.
a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a motion? Is there a motion by the staff?
So moved.
Details.
Moved and seconded. John and Rick. Moved and seconded. Any further questions? I'll call the roll. I'm usually in my head of this. Discombobulated this morning. The chair votes aye. Rita?
Yes.
Frank?
Yes.
Mayor Broley?
Yes.
Mayor Caliper?
Yes.
Calapietro? Yes. Janelle Ford? Al Larson?
Yes.
Andrew Madigan?
Yes.
John Noak?
Yes.
Rick Reinbold?
Yes.
Carolyn?
Yes.
Martin Oberman?
Yes.
Matthew Walsh?
Yes.
Terry Wepler?
Yes.
Diane Williams?
Yes.
Sean McCarthy? Leanna? Oh, that's right, you're non-voting.
He gets to vote
We never did
I
change
get
that.
to vote next now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and the motion carries.
For the MPO policy, committee, I would entertain a motion to approve the on-to 2050 plan. Motion and a second. Frank?
Yes.
CTA?
Yes.
Metro?
Yes.
McHenry County?
Yes.
Tollway?
Yes.
Kendall County?
I would like to have a quick comment before I vote, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So the entire Kendall County Board strongly opposes a vehicle mileage tax. The board feels that a vehicle mileage tax would be an invasion of personal privacy, and they also don't believe that the state would repeal the motor fuel tax if a vehicle mileage tax was implemented. Additionally, citizens have expressed their concerns to both staff and the county board about their loss of privacy and the burden that a new tax would add, and for that reason, I've been asked to vote no, representing Kendall County.
Thank you. Chairman Lawson?
Yes.
Lake County?
Yes.
Leanne?
Yes.
Rex Scheinfeld?
Yes.
Carolyn?
Yes.
Mayor Schulte?
Yes.
Executive Walsh?
Yes.
John Yonan?
Yes.
Kay Beatty? Non-voting. Railroads FTA. Motion carries with one negative vote. When did you sneak in here?
I didn't see him either.
Rick Wozniewski. Thank you. The motion passes, and on behalf of the MPO Policy Committee,
Randy, you didn't get 2 page either.
well, I did that one on purpose.
No money?
DuPage County.
I'd like to amend on to 2050.
Yeah, you lose your mind. DuPage County?
Yes.
Thank you. On behalf of the MPO Policy Committee, Joe and all of the staff, we thank you for your work. For me personally, it's a pleasure to watch this agency grow, to not just continue and build on what's happened before, but to take those next steps that are so important. So congratulations to you, Liz, to the staff, and to the CMAP board, who has done a great job of directing this effort, and we truly are pleased to be a part of it.
Well, Mr. Secretary, you gave us a very solid foundation to build from, so.
Yeah, what other organization would take their executive director and then go on to be Secretary of Transportation? We're very proud of that. Ladies and gentlemen, just a final comment to all of you, as I have commented through the years, as you all know, that all great plans can only work, part of which, unless there's money behind it. And collectively, if you look at this group, you look at the leadership, you look at the representation of the Chicago metropolitan area, we have the voice and we should have the power to change some minds about where we go forward in funding in this region. And that's certainly collectively to address the state of Illinois and our federal partners on providing some type of new funding going forward, or some type of program to assist us in all the implementation of not just the transportation projects that are involved here, but certainly, as we were fortunate with the 2040 plan, was to receive a $3.5 million grant from HUD, which was the absolute best thing that ever happened, because it got us off the ground and providing all those LTA grants over the last 10 years. It's significant assistance to us. So I ask all of you, let's all please try to work together. This isn't about party politics, it's about what's best for this region. And we all know that we need revenues to support what we're talking about in this plan going forward. We call upon you, and we'll call upon you as we go forward to try to convince the members of the General Assembly, the governor, and certainly those in Washington about supporting not only just because of what this organization does, but certainly for the quality of life in our region. We can only make better with the best laid plans, but need certainly the financial assistance. The challenge of our plan talks about that. We call upon that as moving forward and finding revenue sources. And we will continue that discussion about what we need to do locally, locally meaning the regional, on a regional basis, but with obviously the billions of dollars of needs that we have in maintaining, just trying to maintain our system, let alone going forward, is an incredible amount of dollars. And it's gonna take a collective act by this group to convince those who have the power to do that, to help us make this region better.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, I just want to check for the record and make sure. I know that we had 3 separate votes for the CMAP board to adopt the conformity analysis as well as the TIP. I just wanted to double check with the motions. I'm not sure that we got the same from the MPO Policy Committee.
We probably did not. Even though they voted on the board, they weren't supposed to. So we should probably go back.
Yeah, if we would for the record then, Mr. Secretary.
So for the
go
record,
back.
I'd entertain a motion to approve the ANTU 2050 conformity analysis and the 20 to 19 transportation improvement program from the MPO Policy Committee.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up. We will have enough time certainly to get over to Millennium Park. We open the meeting to the public. Any final comments or questions you may have? None being, again, CMAP will meet next month on November 14th. And the MPO.
MPO Policy Committee's next meeting is January 10th.
Again, we welcome everybody to that event taking place at 10 o'clock, correct?
On to 2050 and on to Millennium Park. We will start promptly at 10 o'clock.
No other business before the board. I'll entertain a motion.
Where can we find the buses and when?
So the buses are at the Franklin Street entrance. I'll escort everybody down there in a few minutes. We can take just a little bit of a break, but the plan was to meet the buses at 9 o'clock, I believe. Yeah, 9 o'clock at Franklin Street, so we've got about 15, 20 minutes to mingle, but promptly at 9 o'clock we will go downstairs for the bus.
Otherwise,
time for coffee and a necessary break.
Otherwise, you're Ubering it. There was a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by vote of aye.
Aye.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Yeah.